What is up, everybody? No, I am not Mega Roller. No, I am not McKinley. I'm the special guest that now is doing the intro. But I am so pumped. My name is Keith James. I'm one of the owners here at FSi. Go by Gator Guy 231. And I don't worry, people. I got your actual baseball experts here with me, Mega Roller and McKinley. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm better than McKinley's internet connection.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on the storms that are rolling through. If I cut out, bear with me. But we'll hopefully this sticks through it.
Well, the great news is I can hear you. I just can't see your face move, so it's cool. But
Oh,
It's
well,
all the Botox.
anyhow, so for those that are actually listening on our new pod feeds, you have no idea, but McKinley just can't move his face very well. But anyhow, guys, we're here to talk All Star Game. You had me on because it's the only baseball slate of the year I play, and yes, I am playing it. So first off, how's the season going? Pretty awesome, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a weird year.
I would say, yeah, it has definitely been weird. I feel the past month or so has been upside down. We've had some bad offenses, just torching elite pitchers and vice versa. Those top offenses making the worst pitchers in the league look like MVP candidates. So the last month has been kind of upside down. And then like the first month, nobody was scoring. There was, the conspiracy of the dead ball was back in baseball and runs were down all over the place. But now with the warmer temperatures, it's kind of gone back to normal.
Well, the other thing too is they didn't have a spring training because they did, but it was a little bit shorter because of the whole strike thing. So
Yeah, that's true.
so it took a while for them to get warmed up. But I mean, you've got some crazy things going on there. Like you've got the Yankees like what 15 games up in their division, and the rest of the division's all above 500. Baltimore came out of nowhere and won like what 10 out of 12 games.
Yep.
Detroit, who's terrible, is putting up football scores every so often. Yeah, just crazy.
So not to like spoil the thing, but I actually really hope for craziness in this one, meaning craziness like the dead ball returns, because that is our strategy. So I'll just jump into it and then like get you guys to take. But I know I like blew McKinley's mind last year with it. And hold on, before I say it, you like cashed everywhere with it, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's clean sweep.
Yeah, I think I like min cashed everywhere, and I felt like I like royally screwed up. So anyhow,
It was Coors last year though, so I mean that was kind of against us.
if you don't remember, before I even jumped on, this is how little I'm paying attention to baseball, which is funny because I'll shout out So Rare MLB, which is going to be awesome. We have some great content on the channel already from Alex Hooper, who's former beat writer, doing it for us. But I'm about to throw like thousands of dollars into NFT baseball, and I know nothing about it. I'm just like blindly following him. But so I'll know baseball better. But I think last year I jumped on, did my strategy, and then you guys like sandbagged me, like, you do know it's in Coors. I'm like, tell me Coors has a humidor or something.
Yep.
And then it was like Vlad Guerrero was like 50% own homers in the first inning. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so screwed.
Yep.
And I think I'm still cash. So
It was Vlad. Yeah, I remember Vlad. He homered and then he drove in an RBI like 2 innings later. So
I think that's the last.
yeah, that's the
time
only
we
reason that the strategy didn't mash, because Vlad Guerrero was like 40% owned. So anyhow, we've been like not saying it for a while. So the strategy is everybody, like if you're watching right now, you see the screen, all the high priced players are hitters, are the starters, are the names that you know. And you scroll down and all the pitchers are at the bottom of the salary tier. Now, here is the way I take baseball. You guys can call me an idiot, call me whatever. But baseball is random. You are a Hall of Famer. If you hit 300, you are like knocking on the door. And the All Star Game, as a hitter, some guys get 1 at bat, some guys get 2. The most rare thing is 3 at bats. Like, I don't think I've seen 3 at bats in a while. Maybe like the extra
happened.
inning.
I got the numbers on that if you want.
Please.
It's only happened 3 times in the past 2 All-Star games.
And that's like 3 players, like not like
3 players.
3 sets around.
40
It's 3.
batters.
Right. Okay. So we established that a 300 hitter is damn good. And I know batting across the board is down. 300 hitters are very, very rare. we've got top pitchers facing guys for 1 to 2 at bats. You got relievers coming in throwing 100 miles an hour because they only have to do 3. Hell, you got starters that only know they have 3 batters, so they're gonna get everything they have. And you want me to pay the top prices and make a lineup in a showdown setting of 6 players where I might get 1 to 2 at bat? That's freaking absurd. So instead, what I have done and done every single year, and it's been a print factory except for last year, is a lot of times before the game, like 2-3 hours, it will just get out there who's going to pitch normally the first 5 innings. Like you'll have, the 2 starters are going to play, going to face, do 1 full inning. Sometimes you'll actually let it leak that a starter is going to play the first 2 innings, which makes him an epic lock. And then they'll say, the 3rd starter is going to do the 3rd inning. This guy's going to do the 4th. And if you get a guy that gets, an inning pitch, let's say he gets one hit allowed, but he gets a strikeout, like you're at 4 or 5 points. And all of a sudden, like sometimes 25, 30 points in these things cash. And it's just been a constant print factory as everybody else puts in Mike Trout, who I think is actually hurt, if I remember saying that. But they'll put in.
He's out.
Okay. So I'm looking at the order. They'll put in Wilson Contreras is playing twice over there. That's cool.
No, it's the brothers.
Oh, there's 2 of them.
Yeah, one's Wilson and one's William.
That's amazing.
One's a Cub, one's a Brave.
I knew the one guy that was the catcher for the Cubs the last time I feel like I paid attention. That's amazing. I'm like, why did you put 2 of them there? But, you got Byron Buxton will definitely strike out, or at least he always did when I played. But, they're going to be stacking up in Giancarlo Stanton, Buxton, Manny Machado, all these names. Like, this is awesome. Those guys are going to get 2 at-bats. And the reality behind it is, of those 7 or 8 at-bats you get for those 4 guys, you might get 1 hit. And if you get a homer, then, you're probably going to pass me. You maybe. But if you don't, we're going to lap the field with you, with the strategy.
I think it's genius. I mean, it's because you also have to think, when you're rostering 6 pitchers, you're going to leave around $20,000 on the table. And nobody's really going to be doing that. I mean, if you're watching this video, maybe you're going to be doing that now, but nobody's going to be doing that.
Let's be real. The people that watched this last year that even said they did well, they were like, I was skeptical. So I did 2 or 3 pitchers, which still put them in the 10% of psycho people, that we're a part of.
We got roasted in the comments.
Did we really? I didn't.
Yeah.
No, you can't
Bring
do
it
that.
again. It works. So let's just keep doing it.
But again, so let's say the one thing that this is not going to do, though. Okay, you're not going to ship the GPP doing this. Although one year, I don't remember what it was. It might have been the year before Colorado, the year before that. It was whenever Joey Gallo came in the 7th or 8th inning and he hit a homer, or whatever that was. It pains me because I was winning 100K or 50K, and I'm like, I just need no more homers to happen. And Joey Gallo off the bench is 30% owned in homers. I'm like, oh, crushed.
Brutal.
But I still did really well. But again, you're probably not going to win the GPP because 1 homer, there's going to be a homer in the game. And because it's Showdown, it's going to be owned. And that's immediately 14 points? If I remember right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be the same as you get you with 3 pitchers. So you're not going to win GPPs, but if you're playing cash, it's
going to be Albert Pujols.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Somebody's going to throw him a cookie like Cal Ripken in his last all.
Oh my God, that's actually a great point. But yeah, I mean, again, so let's set expectations that this is not meant to make you whatever the GPP is, 50K, 100K. You're not going to win with that strategy. But if you're going to train low stakes, cash games, play some head to head, this is very, very, very EV positive decision or strategy.
Yep, absolutely. And as you mentioned, as the day goes on Tuesday, pay attention to social media, pay attention to Twitter, because the leaks do come out throughout the day. Like you said, we can pretty much it's like the NFL schedule, essentially. The leaks happen and you can kind of build the schedule before you got the official. You can kind of build up the pitching rotation, the first 5 innings or 6 innings or so. And last year there was one pitcher who was going 2 innings, I think we saw, right? Was it Scherzer?
Yeah, we knew it in advance and he became an easy captain. But I remember the year that I did really, really well. I think it might have been in Cleveland. It was whenever Shane Bieber, I think, won MVP, but he was I think it was either 1 or 2 innings and he struck out the side the first inning, and then it was 4 or 5 strikeouts, and I had him as a captain. And so here's the other thing with the pitchers, right? when the game locks, don't freak out, or do, because comments help our algorithm and it'll make more view. So do come back and comment and go, what the hell, guys? The pitcher is like 4% owned. You didn't miss anything. Just nobody likes doing this. This is not sexy. Like, sexy is Trey Turner, Mookie Betts, Ronald Acuna, Ohtani. Like, Ohtani's going to be what, 50% owned, 40% owned?
He's having a down year, though.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I know who he is.
True.
It's probably going to be Aaron Judge. It would be my guess, with people going to him. But still, it's like you said, people are going to gravitate to the names. They're going to gravitate to the, like, for sure starters. They're not going to be spending money on a pitcher who might or might not pitch in the seventh inning. Like, kind of rolling the dice on a lot of this.
And I know from Hooper's sober videos, like Devin Williams is just like a fireballer. Like, he is just awesome. And, you know, he's not going to be owned at all. But he could throw
he's
one.
He's probably not going to play. He's an emergency guy.
Well, that's unfortunate. I just know he's supposed to be good.
Well, here's the problem is you have participation trophy players here because everybody gets a player on the All-Star team. And that's why when we start talking about the pitchers in a second here, I have them kind of categorized as ones that I think are going to play and ones of them that I feel probably won't play.
Is that the blue that are going to start?
No, the blue are starting pitchers, and DK hasn't messed up because they have Jorge Lopez and Gregory Soto listed as starting pitchers, which I missed this one, and they're actually relief pitchers, and they have Framer Valdez and Nestor Cortez as relief pitchers, and they're really starting pitchers.
That's fun. But they got rid of the whole thing. Remember when Showdown first happened, it was like the biggest thing. It was like the relievers, the Ks were worth more, and the innings were worth more. That's gone, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't get anything for the save, but if you can nail who gets the win towards the end too, I mean, that's huge because that's 10 points right there.
That's huge. And there's a really good shot.
Right, McKinley? 10 points for a win?
No, I thought it was 5, right? Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was going to say.
These things are so low scoring unless the game goes nuclear with 10-9, then obviously hit the comments, we're idiots. But most All-Star games don't go 10-9.
So we want to start just going through the pitchers, start with the American League then?
Sure.
Okay, I think McClanahan's got to be probably, I take him as the captain over Kershaw, unless we see Kershaw's going 2 innings, simply because he's against all righties, and he's been very good against righties. Kershaw's a lefty, and he's got a lot of righties to contend with here. Thoughts, McKinley?
I mean, I fully agree. I would take McClanahan over Kershaw. I know Kershaw is in his own home ballpark, but he just hasn't been the Kershaw that we've seen in previous seasons, or kind of that the general public would know, of the Kershaw name. So I would still take McClanahan over him. McClanahan's numbers are they're unreal. It's pretty crazy what he's been able to do. So yeah, McClanahan over Kershaw for me as well.
Okay, Manoah, I think he's got a really good shot at playing.
Yeah, for sure. I think the guys that you kind of have highlighted in blue, I mean, those are probably the guys that you're going to be seeing.
Don't think Blackburn
none of them like pitched on like Saturday, right?
Yeah, I don't think Blackburn gets in.
The only one that pitched on Sunday that was named to the All-Star team was Garrett Cole. But it's already been ruled out that he's not going to be pitching, and Jordan Romano kind of took his place.
The other trick I remember doing that, Mega, if you already did it, then kudos to you. But I'm sure we'll have it out to our chat for those that are subscribers. But if you can actually have the guys that this was going to be their day to pitch, they're like guaranteed to pitch. Like the manager's already told, the All-Star Game manager, like, you're good to go. Or the guys that were like scheduled, for a long toss day or something like that, they're like, okay, third day, fourth day, them going out and pitching an inning is no big deal. You're not screwing with the rotation. So, the managers do talk to the All-Star Game manager a lot when it comes to pitchers. Like, yes, go ahead and use my guy. Or, they go, please, like, only, and I think the game's not even going to extra innings. It's a home run derby now. I think I saw
a home run derby at end. If it's tied after 9, it's a home run derby.
But it used to be, if we go to extra innings or whatever, you can like use my guy if you're in a pinch. But otherwise, please just sit him. And I think it was like, good old boys club. They would listen.
Well, ever since that disastrous tie-up was it 2001 or 2, I liked how there used to be the winner got home field advantage for the World Series. I'm sad they got away from that because it made the game very meaningful.
Yeah, yeah. So
At least it's not as bad as like the NFL and the NBA All Star Game. This is actually a game that's pretty competitive.
Agreed.
yeah, I mean it's a game at least baseball's more suited that it's harder to get hurt in the middle of the game than those.
So I like Manoah. I like Perez having a decent year for Texas. Valdez a decent year for Houston, and Cortez is slowed down a little bit after having a really hot start, but I still think he gets in. I don't think they play Blackburn though. He's just been average. So again, the A's needed somebody on the roster, and that's why he's there. He's the best of the worst.
Agreed.
I think relief pitcher wise, Clay Holmes is probably one of the top closers in the AL. He gets in there. The other guys I can see potentially getting in, I think Hendricks and probably Lopez would be the favorite ones. Romano probably is just an emergency guy since he was last guy in.
Cool. While we're on that side, I would say like if you are going hitters, which obviously give yourself tournament upside makes sense. Who would be? I would say immediately you just go to power bats. So are you thinking like the top 5 there? Because it looks like the bottom half are more.
Not really. You got to look at form. Otani's having a down year, and he's DHing. So look you've got 3 shortstops here and 3 really, really good shortstops. So I think that like Corey Seager gets put in for Otani, like pretty much maybe second, third at bat. Judge is definitely head of the class. Devers is decent. Vlad's having a down year also. I really like catchers too here. I think I prefer, when we get to the other side, Contreras because he's batting 6, but there's only one other catcher on the roster.
Yep.
So you got to think the catcher is going to get potentially 3 at bats.
At least 2, right? If not 3.
We're going to get at least 2. Yeah, no, I fully agree. Catcher and third base as well. I mean, Jose Ramirez, he's going to get probably 2, and because like the AL,
second base is
for the AL.
Why is Jimenez starting and Espinal is like the second best second baseman? Like I don't get like why they didn't say, hey, Corey Seager or hey, J-Rom, can you just play second base for 2 innings and you get to start? Like I don't understand like why they put like a marginal guy. I mean, he's okay, he's up and coming, but he's not like an all-star starter.
Just to bug you. That's why they do it. Just to annoy you.
For this conversation to happen. All right, so let's move over to the other side.
Gator, if you're not watching baseball, Julio Rodriguez is a rookie from the Mariners. This guy is on fire right now too.
He's lighting it up.
Yeah. So he might be somebody that, because he's not starting, might get passed over, but he's somebody that could definitely be a late inning home run guy.
Like that.
And Miguel Cabrera is past his prime. I would not play him. I'd fade him.
Okay.
We move into national now, or do you have any other thoughts, McKinley? I mean, there's a lot of good position players here that are like contact hitters, but you really don't have like a ton of upside besides J-Rom, Rodriguez, Tucker's decent, J.D. Martinez, and Corey Seager are probably the ones that I'd really favor off the bench. Okay, so National League pitcher, obviously we said Kershaw. Alcantara and Burns, I think definitely will get to pitch. I would be surprised if one of the 2 went 2 innings.
I have the exact same thought, and I was leaning towards Alcantara. Yeah. We've kind of seen all season long, he's been going 7-8 innings pitched on like 100 or fewer pitches. Like he is able to just get guys out real quick. And if he's able to get a quick inning of like 7 or 8 pitches, totally possible. It wouldn't shock me if they throw him out for a second inning.
Now, Tyler Anderson, I would not play even if he is playing, and I do have other options at pitcher because he's such a low K guy. He has no K upside whatsoever. He's looking at like maybe 4 or 5 in like a regular game, so maybe 0 to 1 and actually in an inning here. Now, he's probably going to play because his manager is the manager, right? The Braves manager?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but if he's not going to get a strikeout, you can't play him.
Yeah.
Like you have to get a strikeout in your frame.
And I might take the green off of Castillo there. Musgrove and Goslin are decent guys also. Goslin, it's also his home park. So he'll have the crowd behind him. Castillo's been better recently in form. He started off the year injured and really almost treated like playing in the regular season as an extended spring training. He's been better recently, so there's a little bit of upside there, but I like the AL pitchers, I think, a little bit better. Like in Manoah and Perez, but Alcantara and Burns, these back half guys are kind of concerning. But I really like Diaz from the Mets. If he gets in, he is a high K guy. Like he has most like relief pitchers have about 40 to 45 ish like strikeouts. He's got like 75.
Yeah, love it, love it. Yeah, I feel like just kind of the overarching theme here is jam in 6 pitchers that you can pretty much guarantee your play. Captain the pitcher who's going to get you 2 innings. Like if it's already leaked out there that they're going to get 2 innings. And then, yeah, just target the high strikeout guys. I mean, if we already know, let's say, of the pitchers going, take the 6 highest strikeout guys and just kind of jam them into your lineup there. And like Gator said, this is probably not going to be your winning tournament strategy, but if you're just going to be grinding those 50-50s, the double ups, head-to-heads, I think this is a totally viable strategy for sure.
And here's the other thing too. I think I'm going to put Edwin Diaz as a captain in like a $1 lineup because they're the home team. If they're ahead, he's going to pitch the top of the 9th, and potentially, if they're tied, he could go out there and pitch, and then in the bottom 9th, if they score, then he gets the win. Plus, he could possibly be the last pitcher of record for the National League if it's tied and they go to the Home Run Derby, so then he'd get the win in that aspect also.
That's nice. Yep, I think that works. Well, I'm excited, guys. First baseball slate of the season.
Yeah, well,
for you.
We got to talk about the NL bats a little bit here too. Again, you have all right-handers starting off against a really strong right-handed pitcher for 1 or 2 innings, so that's kind of concerning. But like I said, I like Contreras, both of them here, especially the one that's playing catcher, because I think he can go pretty deep because you only have one catcher behind him. And I really don't like a lot of the position players. The other thing I'm kind of going to like watch out for too is pay attention to who's in the home run derby tonight, and pay attention like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday when DFS comes back, because I've seen many, many years the guys that participate in the home run contest, they have to change their swing, and it messes them up in their timing when they go back to regular baseball. And I've seen guys that were like crushing the ball before. I think it was who was the one that had like the great story, came back from drug abuse, was Texas Ranger, and he like
Josh Hamilton.
Yeah, and he could not hit a beach ball into the ocean, for like weeks after that.
You know what the craziest one, Meg, is? If you guys, I think we're all of a similar age, but if you remember Bobby Abreu,
yeah,
he did the home run derby one year. I
remember his father.
There you go. But I think
they're going to have a little bit of age
but
difference.
I think the second half of the season he only hit like 5 or 6 home runs, and then the next year it was like 8 or 9. Like he was screwed, and I remember them even talking about it, like, because he had a line drive swing, like he just would rip everything, and then he was trying to uppercut it. It just like completely ruined him.
Yeah, it's a true thing.
But like an Aaron Judge, it doesn't really matter.
No.
Or Pete Alonso, it doesn't change his swing.
Judge has 33 home runs at the All-Star break, I believe, and he's tied with where Roger Maris was in 61 with more games to play because they only had a 150-game season back then. So he's got a really good shot of legitimately breaking the record, and I think Major League Baseball would definitely help him out because they really need to get that asterisk out of the record book.
Yeah. True.
If he can stay healthy. If there's no like load management things coming up, like NBA.
NBA is the worst. Sorry, Gator.
Yep, sorry.
NBA is pretty brutal, so I don't disagree. Especially once you have kids, it becomes really hard to play DFS. NBA DFS. So, anybody else to talk about on the hitter side?
No, I think we've pretty much covered it.
Yeah, it's a great slate though. Enjoy. I'll just we'll end on this since I'm the one with the strategy, and I don't want to like anybody to feel overboard. Like this is not like saying go 6 pitchers. What this is saying though is make sure don't overlook them. Like they go overlooked in this game, and it's very viable to get guaranteed points. And then maybe, you know, just mix and match some a bat or two or three. Like have fun. Like the point of DFS is, you know, to be profitable, but also enjoy the game and enjoy the sweat. So, you know, pick a hitter or two, and if you match everything up right, you know, you might have an awesome sweat. Any last thoughts, guys?
No, we'll have everything covered in the Discord as we find out like who's you know.
If anybody wants bonus content, make sure you check out. It's called So Rare First Pitch. It's on the FSi feed. So Rare joined with MLB. Really, really fun NFT game. There's some really good. Nothing's even been for sale yet, but there'll be some really, really cheap options to get into. I think it'll be a good fun if you enjoy baseball. Only 2 game weeks a week, so you know it locks. You can kind of just let it roll out, but it should be a good time. So make sure you check out his content. He's got a lot of awesome stuff going on.
All right.
Okay. Well.
Cool. Well, thanks guys for having me on. Good luck tomorrow.
We'll see you next
Good luck
year,
in your
Gator.
first and only slate. See you next year.